Now, today we are going to continue with the chapter 3, that's energy. The topic that we are going to discuss, that's the last topic in your textbook, which is energy chain. Let's talk about energy chain a little in detail. Now, what is energy chain? I'll read out what I have written out for you first, and then we'll discuss it in detail, okay? Energy chain is the flow of the energy in the food chain. The energy chain concept is defined as the energy paths from source to energy, consumption to final end use energy, benefit in terms of heating, cooling, lighting, and other benefits of the energy. Now, when you're talking about energy chain, we see that energy chain is linked to something which is known as the food chain, which you must have studied in biology. Now, food chain is again starting from the smallest, going on to the largest of the animals or organisms in a ecosystem. Okay, now what is energy chain? Again, in the food chain there is the transfer of energy or change of energy from one form to the other is what is known as the energy chain. Now over here, when you are seeing heating, how is the heating done? Okay, now heating can be done basically in the atmosphere. When you are seeing that the sun's rays are used to heat or evaporate the water. Now same, when the sun is not there, those vapors are going to cool down and form into water again from water vapor. Now lighting, again using the electrical energy from the solar energy or from the hydro energy or water energy, we have the various other benefits of energy. Now let's discuss in brief, maybe, because if you don't understand what is a food chain, for you to understand energy chain is going to be difficult. Now, food chain is a series of organisms where all the organisms are dependent on the next organism as the source of food. Okay, that means that from one organism to the other organism, the dependence is there for their food. Alright, now next, all the components of the forest are interrelated to one another. Again, as if you remember, the word that I had used was ecosystem. Okay, now everything that we have in the forest are interrelated or interdependent on one another. Now you have various types of organisms or animals, some of which are called autotrophs, some of which are called heterotrophs, and some of which are called saprotrophs. Now in the forest, they are connected to one another. That means autotrophs are connected to heterotrophs are connected to the saprotrophs. Okay. Now, what are autotrophs? Autotrophs, again, as the name suggests, auto, that means by themselves they make the food, which is basically the plants. So autotrophs prepare the food by the process of photosynthesis. Heterotrophs depend on the plants for food. That means heterotrophs eat the autotrophs as a form of their food, and the saprophytes, that is there, or saprotrophs feed on the heterotrophs, and the process keeps on going on. Okay, so heterotrophs eat the autotrophs, heterotrophs are eaten by then the saprotrophs. So this is a chain that is going on and on whenever you talk about a food chain. Now let's take an example. Again, for one food chain, let's talk about grass, then insects, a frog, a snake, and eagle. Now how are they connected? Grass is eaten by the insects, and frogs eat the insects, which in turn is eaten by the snakes, and the eagle eat the snakes. Again, grass, which is taking the solar energy, makes their food and grows. This grass is eaten by this insects. This insect serves as a food for the frogs. This frog serves as a food for the snake, and this snake serves as a food for the eagle. Now your question might be, what happens to the eagle? Again, eagle lives its life, but when it's dead, it decomposes again to form something which is known as a fungus. Okay. Now I have given you two figures over here, or diagrams. Okay, now depicting what is a food chain. Now if you look at this one, that is the first arrow here, you see that the sun is helping the grass to make the food. Now this grass is eaten by the grasshopper. This grasshopper is then in turn eaten by the frogs. This frog is then eaten by the snakes. because the snake's food is this frog. Now snake serves as a food for this eagle or the hawk or the vultures. Okay, now if you see, there are some names which is the primary, this is producer, that is these are autotrophs, that is they make their own food with the help of the sunlight, the green color and the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, they again are eaten by the grasshoppers, which are the primary consumer, which are then eaten by the frogs, which is the secondary consumer, which in turn is then eaten by the snakes, which is the tertiary consumer. Because why do you call it tertiary? Because it is the third in the line. And then the final consumer is this hawk, which eats the snake. Now again, as I said in the last slide, when they die, they decompose to form various types of fungus. Okay, now next one I have given over here. Now next figure, there are three different food chains. Now over here you are having a food chain where there are only three linked organisms here. That is, the corn which grows in the fields is eaten by the rats. The rats are then eaten by the owl. So you are having only three links given over here. Next, the carrots that are growing in the field is eaten by the rabbits. These rabbits are then eaten by the fox. Fox are then eaten by the lion. So we are having four links given over here. So this is known as a four-linked food chain. Next one that we had just studied over here, that is the grass is eaten by the grasshopper. Grasshopper eats the frog. Grasshopper is eaten by the frog. The frog is eaten by the python or the snake. The snake is then eaten by the eagle, vulture or hawk. So what are we having? How many consumers here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is known as a 5-linked food chain. This is just an example for you to understand what is a food chain. Okay.